Hi there, I'm Jen, this is Remembered Reads, and this is an announcement video for the 8th annual March Mystery Madness. March Mystery Madness is the annual celebration of all things mystery, from cozies to crime noir, from whodunits to true crime. March Mystery Madness was originally created by Elizabeth from Lizzie Fay Loves Books and Troy Tell. I've been participating since 2017 and co-hosting since 2018, and it's always a great time because it brings all kinds of different sides of BookTube together, because there are all kinds of people who don't interact most of the year because their reading doesn't interact much, but mysteries tie into so many different genres and subgenres, from romantic suspense to children's and young adult mysteries, to science fiction and fantasy stories that have mystery subplots, to a lot of video game tie-ins that turn out to be mysteries, and then to the old basics, like Agatha Christie. As always, the theme and the prompts are optional. You can consider yourself a participant if you read one short story, as long as it's a mystery, or one essay if it's reporting on a crime, for example. Or you can go all in and read nothing but mysteries. We do have a theme and some prompts, and the theme for this year is spring cleaning, which you can interpret as many ways as you want. Maybe you want to go with a mystery where the sleuth is a housekeeper or a janitor. There are some of those. Maybe you want to be a little less literal and look at someone who's cleaning up police or government corruption, or cleaning up the streets in a vigilante story. We also have a few prompts tying in on the cleaning, but with more of a hair theme, and that is lather, rinse, repeat, just like on a shampoo bottle. And again, you can take that very literally. There are mysteries that are set in barbershops or hair salons, so those might be a nice obvious one. Or you could go a little bit back. So for example, we could have a water theme. I've been hanging on to Ausma Zehanet's new book here. This is not in the Issa and Rachel Toronto Culturally Sensitive Police series. This is a new series that she has, which I believe is about a detective in Colorado. I've been hanging on to this for March Mystery Madness, and it has the word water in the title. And yes, it's a reference to waterfalls, but that still makes it kind of on topic for something that implies that you're taking a shower. Also on that theme, think about Thomas King's Dreadfulwater series. That would also fit in. And since repeat is part of that, that would be a great one for reading something in a series. So for example, if you pulled out The Hidden Staircase, which is one of the Nancy Drew series mysteries, you could read another one in the same series. There you go. Is that repeating? Sure it is. You could also do my favorite thing and read the original and a translation of a book. So you're repeating the story, but through a different author's filter. That could be fun. It could also be something obvious like a reread. Or you could be reading something from a subgenre that is so trope-based that you could say that you've read the same story over and over again. That could be fun too. In any case, there's a whole host of ways you could interpret that. And as I said, you don't need to. Just read a mystery. I'll put out a proper TBR video at some time in the future, but I figure I will be reading Blackwater Falls, and probably the newest volume in Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips' crime comic series, Reckless, because that came out a while ago and I was eyeing it, but thought, no, I'm saving that for March. If you've been saving some mysteries for March, I'd love to hear which ones they are, and I hope you will be joining us. All of the links to the various hosts and founders and social media accounts will be in the description box. I hope you'll be joining us next month. That's it for now. Ciao.